Good morning, YouTube, my YouTube fans. Good morning. This is your pal, Orinthia. Thank you so much for liking my videos and subscribing. Hello, Spryfield, Halifax. Good morning. I wish you the best today. As we arise from sleep and get ready for the day, it's time to make it happen. We don't wait for things to happen anymore. We make it happen. Um, we give God thanks for life and for health and strength. And so we are up and running. Anyone who's trying to use my videos and my image and my voice to solicit money from viewers, it's not me. I'll never come on here and do that. That's a disclaimer. So don't send money to anyone using my image or my videos. The song playing in the background, I have no copyrights to it. So let's get started. Today, I want to look at some of the famous sayings that we have in our daily life. So some people call it proverbs. The Bible call it proverbs, but we call it famous writings or quotes. And we begin. Some of them is like they're Jamaican quotes, so I'll have to explain them to you. The first one is Miles Monroe stated, the late Miles Monroe stated that the, the cemetery, the cemetery is the wealthiest place on earth. Why? Because the cemetery consists of brilliant minds that never got to express their ideas, books that were never written, remedies that were never researched or found, singers that never materialized, authors, architects, you name it, they are in the cemetery. Some died without living their dream. And so, if you should assess those people buried in the cemetery, very gifted and talented people, some geniuses, so many giftings have passed away. Gifted people have passed away. So, the cemetery is one of the wealthiest places on earth, according to Miles Monroe. Second one, if you can't make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. This phrase, our quote, came from Warren Buffett, one of the multi-billionaires. And I tend to agree with him. It took me years to realize this fact. And that's why I'm doing this that I'm doing now. Taking a change, making it happen instead of waiting for it to happen. So we need to find a way to bring out the gift in us and make it happen. Don't wait for a boss or a family member or wife or husband or child to make it happen for you. All of us were born with gifts. Even your voice. I said to somebody the other day, use your voice to make your wealth, because he had such a deep, beautiful, rich voice. He could be a disc jockey, a news reporter, weather reporter, meteorologist, somebody that uses their voice. And so the light bulb went off in his head and his face lit up and he said, I am going to take your advice. The third one is let food be your medicine and not medicine be your food. I don't know who coined that phrase, but that is where I am. Going back to basics, where we eat natural things that are planted, do less of processed foods and more of the natural stuff that makes you live longer. Man was not created to eat meat. We were created to eat vegetable and fruits. That is why men used to live 969 years. And after we start eating meat and sinning and turning away from our creator, we start dying young. The age went from 969 to 120, and then to 70, and then to 30, and then to 25, and now we're dying so young. Number 4, don't wait for things to happen to you. Go out there and make it happen for you. And that phrase, I made that phrase myself, but I'm not sure if there's someone else who coined it before me. But make it happen. I'm sure somebody else coined that phrase before I did. So don't wait for things to just happen. Life is spiritual. You go out, activate the power in you, and make things happen. Number 5, opportunity knock sometimes once. So be quick to open the door the first time around. Opportunity comes to most people once. So make sure, be quick to open the door and let opportunity in. Because sometimes when you miss it the first time, it never comes back around. And you live the rest of your life regretting not opening the door the first time. Number 6, don't work for money. Let money work for you. It never gets tired, but you will. Money should work for us and not us work for money. When you find you're working and going after money, it seems like becomes evasive. Can't seem to achieve enough. And you're working harder and longer hours and never seem to make two ends meet. Because two ends can never meet. Saturday can never catch up with Sunday. It's always a different timeline. Money never gets tired, but you will be worn out if you just work for money. My advice is, according to Miles Monroe, the late great Reverend Miles Monroe, Bishop Miles Monroe, God rest his soul. If you want to really make money or make money find you, all you have to do, one single thing, is to find a problem and solve it. Find a problem and solve it. The persons who made wheelchairs, they looked around and they thought, life doesn't have to be over for the disabled. Let's create a solution. And they did. The man who created WD-40 to pull rusty bolts, he thought about maybe he had a bolt he needed to pull and couldn't pull it. And he decided to create WD-40. You know why it's called WD-40? Because he tried 39 times and failed. And the 40th time he tried, it worked. That's why nobody ever thought of that. The 40th time worked. Number 7, 3 things to say when your feet hit the floor every morning. There are 3 things that must come out of your mouth when you wake up every morning. Number 1, thank God I'm alive. You're not going to complain about the aches and pains you're feeling. You're not going to complain about what you're going to do today, what you're going to eat or wear, or how you're going to get to work, or how the kid's going to get to school. The first words out of all of us' mouth is, thank God I'm alive. Because guess what? If you were not alive, you couldn't feel the pain. You couldn't think. You couldn't act. So you have to first be alive for anything to start happening. So thank God, first things. Thank God you're alive. Then the second thing out of your mouth is, I am blessed. I am blessed. The reason why you're blessed is because you're breathing. Some people didn't wake up. Some people are not breathing, or some people are breathing paid or manufactured oxygen in a cylinder, in a hospital bed, with tubes running through their nose. But you are breathing fresh, clean, free air. The one they breathe, they have to pay thousands for it. You don't have to pay for the one you're breathing now. It's free and it's clean. So you get up and say, I am blessed. Third thing you should say, I will make it happen for me today. I will make it happen for me today. And you go out and you make things happen. Make it rain. Number 8, one for all and all for one. Don't know who coined that phrase, but I want to say, let us unite against evil. All for one and one for all. Number 9, money answereth all things according to Ecclesiastes. But the love of money brings evil and contention. Money answereth all things, but the love of money brings evil and contention. It is not money that is evil. There's nothing wrong with money. It's a piece of paper. It's a tool that we use to barter, to exchange for goods and services. So it's not evil. It is the greed, is the person who wants it all for himself, and the others die without. It's those who pile it up to themselves, not realizing that money is spiritual as well. The more you pile it on, is the more miserable you get. Because a rich man that does not have health is a poor person. Health is the wealthiest thing you have. Because the wealthy has to fortify a building and pay millions to bodyguard and security services to protect them. Pay another set to count their money and keep track of it. And then worry about who will fight over it when they die. So money was made to distribute to all equally. The more you give is the more you are blessed and the more you keep. Number 10, the kingdom of God suffered violence, according to Matthew 11:12 or 12:11. And it is the violent ones who took it by force. You might not understand that quote from the Bible, but what it means is life will not happen to those who are simple, laid back, and just roll with the tide. Sometimes you have to fight for what you want, literally wrestle, because life is spiritual and it only goes, the winner takes all. The one that is a go-getter, who go out there, who willing to stay up all night, swim in the cold icy water, take that flight even when you don't want to, push when the body says stop. Those are the ones that take it by force, the ones that achieve, the one who put the time in, the work in, and the effort, and does not stop at the word no, but keep pushing and keep forging ahead. That's the one who gets the prize. Remember, in every race, there's a winner and there's a loser. And so if you give up because the journey is long and hard, then you won't make it. You have to push beyond the pain. Number 11, want all, lose all. And you all know what that means. It's a common phrase. Don't know who coined it. But when you desire to have it all for yourself, no one person can have it all. You can only sleep in one bed in that 20 bedroom mansion. You can only wear one pair of shoes at a time, one suit at a time, drive one car at a time. I see it as a senseless habit to own 40 different cars. because you can only drive one at a time. You might have two favorites out of the 40. Having 500 suits and you can only wear one at a time, while the others slowly deteriorate in the closet or grow dust. It makes no sense. Some people, I watched a documentary about millionaires or billionaires. They have 500 houses all over the world. Some of them they bought, they never even looked at it. They've never been inside the door. They paid helpers to go clean it, polish the furniture, keep it fresh and nice, put fresh flowers in every morning. But they never live there, never even sleep in it once. While some people are homeless. That's foolish and that's greedy. Number 12, greedy dog lose their bone. Back in Jamaica, that's a common phrase. The dog, it comes from the story of the dog who had a bone, went to the water's edge, saw his own shadow in the water, thought it was another dog with another bone, and he dropped his bone to go get the other bone. And so, because he was greedy, he lost his bone, and not only lost his bone, but he almost drowned by trying to go after the shadow, the mirage. 13, a bird in the hand is worth 10 in the bush. Another saying that I grew up hearing. The bird in the hand worth 10 in the bush, meaning take care of what you have in your hand, because it's not a certainty that you're going to find any when you go hunting. So what you have, treasure it and take care of it. And don't assume that if you give it away or destroy it, you will find more out there. You're sure of the one you already have. Number 14, when a righteous man rule, the people rejoice and are happy. But when a wicked man is in power, the people mourn and suffer. That came from Proverbs in the Bible. And it is so true. Look around us. When a wicked man is in power, the people suffer and mourn. But when a righteous man rules, the people are happy and the people rejoice. Number 15, be not busy in another man's matter, but mind your own business. A lot of people, they would be alive today if they had followed this phrase or this quote. If they had minded their own business, they would not have lost their life. You have people who see two people having a fuss and they enter the middle and try to take over the conversation. And they end up in trouble. Number 16, what ears didn't hear, the heart can't feel. In Jamaica, we would say, where ears no hear, heart no leap. Meaning, it's better not to hear some things so that your heart remain quiet and peaceful than to hear some things and have a heart problem, a heart attack, or have stress. Because not many people can handle bad news. So it's best not to hear. Right now, my baby sister has died tragically, and we are struggling with how do we tell her mom? How do we break the news to our mom? It's been a month now, and she's going to be buried this month, and we still can't find it in our hearts to tell her that her last baby has died tragically because she's also not well. So the phrase would be, what ears didn't hear, heart can't feel. That means to avoid breaking her heart, we're trying to keep it from her. But she still has to know. She has a right to know. Number 17, time is longer than rope. Meaning you can do all the things that you want to do now. Everything you do now, remember, time rolls on. Time is time doesn't have any end. Time is eternal. From time started till now, it was man who built a clock to manage time. But time is eternal. There was no beginning to time and there's no end to time. When all of us on the earth has died, time will still be rolling on. So time is longer than rope. So whatever you do, make sure you know that you make the right decisions. That's going to live on after you're gone. Good decisions. 18, long run, short catch. In Jamaica, they say long run, short catch. Meaning, whatever you do wrong and do evil in this life, you could run, but you certainly cannot hide. And you might even try to hide for a while. But your conscience and karma and life eventually catches up with you, and you will pay dearly. So time, long run, short catch. That means when sometimes you run long and one day you're running from something or somebody, one day it meets you face to face when you least expect, and you will give an account. Number 19, bush have ears, so be careful where and what you say. When they say bush have ears, sometimes you say some things in a certain place and you did not expect that it would be repeated, or you'll hear it back from a strange source in another strange place where, how did the person hear that? I was at such a place and I made such a statement, but how did this person hear? And he wasn't nowhere near, he wasn't there. So if more than one person knows your secret, is no longer a secret. So be careful what you say and where you say it. If you want it to remain a secret, you must not tell anybody. A secret is only a secret when you alone know about it. These are words of wisdom this morning, my fans. I hope you'll get something from it. That's all I have for you this morning. I will stop here because I have much more to share with you, but I don't want to bore you or weary you. So have a good day, and remember to like and subscribe and share. I have lots to share with you on this channel. I know there's a lot of people in Canada who loves Jamaican food. One day I will take a video of how to prepare your favorite that you always ask me about, jerk chicken, rice and peas. I will prepare you on this video, teach the ladies and the men how I make my jerk chicken. All right. Have a good one. Over and out.